One of the things that sucks the most about being an entrepreneur is that when you're trying to achieve a goal that many people can't relate with, you feel alone. You have wins that you want to share. You have frustrations that you have nobody to go to. You feel like there is no one that truly understands your situation. How do I know that? Because that's where I was when I started my entrepreneurial journey. And I was already in some good coaching programs, and these coaching programs showed me tools and resources that I really wasn't familiar with. But in these coaching programs, I was still missing something. And that something was having a core group of people that I could go to share my frustration, my struggles, helping identify areas that I was stuck in. And I knew that I needed something, but I just didn't know exactly what that was. I was finally introduced to what a mastermind group was. And when I joined my first mastermind group, I recognized like that's what I was missing. That was the one thing that I needed to push myself to the next level. So today I want to share with you what exactly a mastermind group is, how do they work, what are the types of formats that will set you up for having a successful mastermind. And I'm going to share everything you need to know about mastermind groups in today's video. So let's check it out right now. So I was attending one of my favorite conferences, and keynoting that year was Pat Flynn. Now, if you don't know Pat is the founder of Smart Passive Income. He's got an amazing podcast, an awesome blog. He's also crushing it on YouTube right now. And during his talk, he was talking about some of the principles that led to his success. And one of the principles that he mentioned was the power of his mastermind groups. Now, remember when I heard that, and I remember thinking to myself exactly these words: I need to be in Pat's mastermind. Now, I didn't know if there was an opening. I didn't know if Pat would be interested. All I knew was I had to ask. So after he got done with his talk, I met him out in the lobby and said, "Hey Pat, I would love to be in your mastermind group. Are there any openings? What does that look like? What does that entail? How can we make this work?" Now, I can't exactly remember how he responded at the moment. All I can tell you was that I was accepted into his mastermind group. And I was able to mastermind with him and some other amazing people for the next 2+ years. And I gained so much value from that mastermind group that I can't even measure in result. And that mastermind group led to so many amazing things. And I recognized the power. I realized the power in mastermind groups. So that wasn't the only mastermind group that I was in. I ended up joining another mastermind group with some other amazing men that were successful online entrepreneurs. Right now, I'm a part of 3 different mastermind groups. As you can tell, like, I believe in mastermind groups. I have drank the mastermind group Kool-Aid, and I think if anybody is looking to achieve some amazing success, that wants to achieve some amazing results, you have to surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn has an amazing quote that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So why wouldn't you want to circle yourself with people that are challenging themselves, that are not satisfied with where they are right now? They want to be better. They want to achieve better. They want more. And that's the power of a mastermind group. And I know many of you are interested in taking part in a mastermind group. You've heard about it, or maybe you're just hearing about it for the first time. You just don't know exactly how it works. How do you find the right people? What's the format? How do you structure it in a way that you're getting the most results, the most bang for your buck? So that's what I want to outline right now. So we're going to talk about the format. We're going to talk about how to find a mastermind group. We're going to talk about some of the best tools that you can use to set yourself up for success. So first, let me share a little bit about how do you find a mastermind group. All right, so let's talk about where can you find a mastermind group. If you want to have a local meetup, so the first place that you can start is your local church. Or do you have a civic organization like the Chamber of Commerce, maybe Rotary, some type of groups like that where you can meet people there and ask them if they want to be a part of a mastermind group. There's also business networking groups that you can be a part of, and I'm sure that there are business owners, entrepreneurs like in these groups that want to network, that want to mastermind, that they can grow their businesses and share some of those struggles and successes with other like-minded individuals. So another great place to find a mastermind group is exactly where I found my first one, by attending conferences. So the conference that I was at was FinCon, which is the Financial Blogger Conference. I don't know how many times I've been to a conference and you meet people, you meet some amazing people, And a lot of these amazing people would love to be in a mastermind group. So the second mastermind group that I'm still in today, guess how that started? It started by meeting a buddy of mine, John Corcoran, at a conference. Now, I didn't know John before the conference, but after that conference, we connected afterwards and we struck up a conversation. I'm like, hey dude, like we need to start a mastermind group. And he knew a guy, I knew another guy that wanted to be in a mastermind group, and we came together and we've been in this group for over 3, maybe even 4 years now. It's been amazing to be able to share in some of those successes, some of the struggles. I mean, it's just been awesome. So if there's nobody that you want to connect with locally and conferences aren't your thing, then the best place to find another mastermind group is online. And by online, I mean Facebook. No, I'm not talking about masterminding with your Facebook friends. I'm talking about Facebook groups of interests or passions or just your niche that you are involved in. So let's say that you're a personal trainer and you want to grow your business. There are tons of groups on Facebook that you can connect with other trainers. You can share best practices. You can share what's working for you, what didn't work. You know, what are some of the tools that you use? What are some of the strategies that you've used to grow your business? There are tons of groups out there that you can connect with. Another way that I've seen mastermind groups start on Facebook is by buying courses. Oftentimes when you buy a course, you have people that have a similar interest, whether it be affiliate marketing, maybe you want to start a membership site, maybe it's YouTube or it's a podcast. So if there are courses out there that typically will offer some sort of Facebook group as part of that package, guess what? In those groups, you have people, they bought that course for the same reason that you did. So why not start a mastermind group with some of those people in that group to help you achieve what you want? All right, so let's talk a little bit about format. Like, what is the best way to format a mastermind group? There are so many different ways, and every mastermind group that I've been a part of and what I'm currently in has been set up differently. So let me first talk about the first mastermind group that I was in with Pat. So how we had it structured, so we would meet once a week. And since we were located all different parts of the world, we would end up doing a teleconference. And I don't remember exactly what service we used. Somebody else in the group had set it up, but we would call into this number and we would all get on that line and then we would begin the mastermind. So our format was this. So each week we would all share what was a win from the week. So we would take about 10 or 15 minutes, go around, and there was 5 of us in that group, and we would share a win. So what was one awesome thing that happened in that week that you wanted to share with the group? So after we would go through our wins, then one of us would be on the hot seat. So what is the hot seat? So a hot seat basically is you get to share a piece about your business. What is something that you need feedback on? What is something that you're struggling with? Like what maybe you're stuck on something. Maybe you have like a new website that you want the group to look at, or maybe you have a sales funnel, an email funnel, or you just have an idea that you want to just bring to the group and just see what they say, what they think. And then that would last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes where you would get candid feedback from your peers. You know, these are the people that you trust. These are the people that that you just put a lot of faith into, and you just are hoping that they're gonna give you real and honest feedback so that you can take that and run with it. And I can remember specifically there was an amazing idea that I had. And I was so excited about it. I was confident that this was it. I was gonna get like some massive media exposure about it. And I remember when I brought that idea to the group, after I shared it with them, they just were kind of like scratching their heads, like they didn't get it. They didn't quite understand what I was trying to accomplish. They didn't really understand how it was going to work. And it really made me go back and truly think about what was I really trying to accomplish with this goal, with this idea that I had. And when I got done really going through it, I realized like they were right. They were right. And I can't tell you how much money, how much time that group saved me from going down this path of just wasting time, money, energy, resources. And at the end of it, I would have been so frustrated, so defeated. And that is the power of a mastermind group. All right, the second group that I talked about with John, so we did it a little bit different. We also would meet once a week, but we would meet at the end of the week, and instead of doing a phone call, we would do a video conference. Now, obviously there are different types that you can use. You got Google Hangouts, you got Skype. We ended up using a software called Zoom, and Zoom is something that I use to this day. I use it for another mastermind group that I'm in. I've used it for client calls. It's just an amazing piece of software that doesn't cost a lot of money, has so much flexibility. This is not a Zoom commercial, but it's something you want to check out if you're interested in doing video conferencing or mastermind groups. But other than it being a video conference, it was relatively the same format. You know, we would each share a win, we would give an update from the week, and then one of us would be on the hot seat. Now, if there was enough time, maybe two of us would be on the hot seat. If we needed feedback on something that we were working on, you know, that we just needed crucial feedback on, like that's what we would do. Same format, but instead of just being on the phone where we couldn't see each other, with this way we could actually see each other, we could talk, and it was just an amazing piece of software, an amazing way to connect with other people. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see where I talk about a men's mastermind group that I became a part of after I moved here to Nashville. This has been an amazing group. The format of this one is completely different because we get to meet in person. The fact, I mean, that's just one of the beauties of living here in Nashville, that there are some amazing entrepreneurs, amazing, successful people that I get to connect with. So how does this one work? So with this one, we meet every single Wednesday. We show up at 7 a.m. We're there till 8:30. The format is relatively the same. We all go around and kind of give an update. So different times we've read books and kind of shared, you know, what we got out of those books. Oftentimes people will share like their business structure, like what they're doing. Once again, any struggles, anything that they need feedback on. And it's just been a really good group to share just what's going on. Especially with this group, we have so many different businesses. You know, some people are online businesses, some people have brick and mortar businesses. It's just been just a nice, diverse selection of different people. But this format, once again, we meet every single week in person, and we either meet at my buddy's office or we'll meet at a local breakfast place and just be able to connect, share what's going on, and also just talk about family too. You know, we have family stuff, we talk about marriage, we talk about our kids, you know, anything that we can help out with in that regard. So the last mastermind group, I guess I should mention, since it's one that I created myself. So several years ago, I was a part of Michael Hyatt's Inner Circle, and whenever he ended that, I was looking for a similar type format. There was just something about his format, his group, the way that he structured it, that I wanted something similar. So this year I created a men's mastermind group. Now I've got 8 guys in this group, 9 including myself. And the way that we do it is we do 3 Zoom calls a week. We're also going to do 2 in-person meetups so that we get a chance to connect in person and have like a live mastermind session. Now, I love online masterminds, whether you use a Facebook group, you use Boxer, which is another app that we use to connect, or you use Slack, using Zoom, Skype, all these different tools. But there's nothing that can replace being in person, you know, pressing the flesh and looking that person in the eye and be able to connect with them on just an ultimate level that you don't get on the online side. So if you are in a mastermind group, I would highly encourage you that, especially if it's an online mastermind group, find a way to connect in person, whether it's a 1 meetup per year, because having that in-person meetup, like I had so many bigger takeaways in those in-person meetups than some of those online ones. There's power in meeting in person. I promise you, there's power in it. One other thing I want to talk about mastermind groups is that sometimes free wins are great. If you can find people that are on your level or maybe a few steps ahead of your level that are just really committed and dedicated to wanting to grow, like that's awesome. But what I've also seen that a lot of free mastermind groups that eventually they fizzle out because life, kids, family, your goals change, your vision change. You know, maybe they're just something that you want to change about, you know, what you're currently working on. But what I've seen with free mastermind groups that eventually, like, they will fizzle out. Now, one of the things with my mastermind group, I didn't mention this, but it is a paid mastermind group. So these guys, I wanted to skin in the game. You know, with Michael Hyatt's, with his group, you know, that was a pretty handsome fee. You know, that was $25K that I dropped. Now, that was a bit mastermind, some mentorship group. I mean, there's some similarities, definitely some differences. But if you find the opportunity to be in a paid mastermind group, there's just more commitment. And I know a good buddy of mine, he was in this other group and he pays, I think, like $300 a month in one group. I know another guy who's in another group and he's paying like $300 to $500 a month. But there is power in that. Like, especially for you, like if you're not truly committed to being in a mastermind group, like if you just like the idea, you like the concept, like, oh yeah, that sounds like fun, eventually you're probably gonna quit. But if you're paying $300 a month to be in something, like, you're committed. And also, you know that everyone else that's in that group is also committed because they're paying a good chunk of money to be a part of that mastermind group. And that's what you want. You want people that are committed. You want people that are willing to show up to be there, not just for their own sake, for their own personal growth, but also to help you out. That's the whole point of the mastermind group, is You heard the expression, maybe you haven't, iron sharpens iron. You want people that are willing to help you step up your game because you take pride in seeing someone else achieve and experience success. Like that is the ultimate power behind a really, really good mastermind group. All right, so I think you know how I feel about mastermind groups. I'm curious though, have you ever been a part of a mastermind group? Have you known anyone that's been in a mastermind group? Have you considered one? If you haven't and you want to change your life, if you really want to grow wealth, if you want to take your business to the next level, then why aren't you part of a group? Why aren't you surrounding yourself with people that want to achieve massive success, that have some crazy audacious goals that would blow ordinary people's minds? But you don't want to be ordinary, you want to be different. You want to hack your wealth, you got to be in a mastermind group. All right, go find a group. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Peace.